Now, listen, you guys, Doechii is out there seemingly showing Nicki Minaj some love, and it seems like Barbz are not here for it. And I personally do understand where they are coming from. We're also going to be talking about this entire situation with Young Thug and Gunna, as well as Joe Budden being called out for being obsessed with Drake after likening the man to that man from Guinea with the tapes that are circulating. And we're also going to be discussing about this entire situation with Cleotrapa and Azealia Banks speaking up against the Grammys, for them snubbing Nicki Minaj. Now, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about this entire Doechii and the Barbz fiasco, okay? So basically what happened is that, well, you guys do know that Doechii is literally the female rapper of the moment, okay? Because she is the most nominated at this year's Grammy Awards. And not only that, she's also the first female rapper to have an album nominated in the best rap album category in the 2020s. So of course people are celebrating her, people are asking her, how do you feel about this? She is literally woman of the moment. And in one of the interviews that she was in, she was out there quoting Nicki Minaj, and the Barbz are livid about it. They're like, we're not having it, okay? Because they do feel like, well, this is another shenanigan, like another set up again where a female rapper is made to make it look like she's showing Nicki Minaj some love in the public, but then behind the scenes do some shady stuff. So yeah, let me just insert what she had to say, and then I will catch you after that.
Jeremy, it is so good to meet you. I'm a massive fan. I think you're a superstar. You don't need me to tell you that. But I have one thing to ask you about specifically. I got that kind of fixate.
Which made $1 million off a mixtape.
I saw you rapping that earlier. Who getting nominated off the mixtape? Like, what? Walk me through. How does it feel right now? Just the whole world is aligning. Divine timing is on your side. It feels like so much work has gone into where you're at, but you're here. Like, how does it feel right now?
It feels incredible. Honestly, it feels. I'm having sort of a deja vu. I feel like I've been here before. I feel like I've received this before. So I feel aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like God's in the building somewhere.
Yeah.
I was so happy for you, but so disappointed for my guy Schoolboy Q that Blue Lips wasn't on there. Like, do you think that should have been nominated at some point?
100%. I think that Q definitely, the quality of his project, he deserved that spot as well. And I think that we both have very strong projects.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that interview. So that being said, the Barbz do feel some type of way, because for those of you who do not know, when Nicki was going back and forth with Bongo 2, his Bigfoot kind of that situation, Doechii out of nowhere decided to unfollow Nicki Minaj, which made people feel like, well, this was hair picking sides between Bongo 2 and Nicki Minaj. And I'm just like, okay, the Barbz were like, if that's the route that you decide to take, that is totally fine with us. But like, when you do stuff like that and then come out again and seemingly act otherwise, it then begins to feel like it's some sort of, I don't know, you're sort of like trying to conspire behind the scenes to make this woman go crazy or something like that. Because if you don't like it, like me, then that's it. Why are you rapping my lyrics on the red carpet? Like, why are you doing that? All right. And to Doechii's defense, okay, now I'm going to play the devil's advocate. To Doechii's defense, you guys, I would like to say that a lot of these female rappers that are coming out right now, no matter what the industry may try to make them say or like X, like the bottom of the matter, the truth of the matter is they all have been fans of Nicki Minaj at some point. I do appreciate that Doechii has got talent, but at the same time, the Nicki Minaj influence is so transparent. Like, it is so transparent. You don't need to be a Nicki fan. You don't need to be a Doechii op to actually acknowledge that, listen, this woman, her cadence, her flow, it is very much giving Nicki Minaj. And some say it gives Doja Cat, which would then mean that, well, Nicki influenced Doja Cat to the point where Doechii is now influenced by Doja Cat. So when you look at it, it all comes back to Nicki Minaj. So I do feel like in the industry, maybe when you start popping in the female rap space, they will make you go against Nicki Minaj. I do feel like these girls probably are presented with an opportunity to say, listen, if you decide to side with this girl, then just know that all the other female rappers are not going to mess with you, and their record labels are respectively are also not going to mess with you, because you're going against our agenda to say that she's the monster in the female rap space. You're going against the agenda to say that she's not a ghost girl. So I feel like at some point in their careers, they are made to choose. But just because somebody is made to choose, a side in industry politics is not going to erase the fact that they've been fans for a long time. So obviously, if you grew up listening to Nicki Minaj, when, something like this happens, it's not unnatural for the first lyric that comes into your mind to be a Nicki Minaj lyric. So I feel like it's actually very difficult for these girlies. I do feel like when they come out here all being cocky and acting like they're on Nicki Minaj level, deep down, they know it. But deep down, they also do know that, well, this is what's going to get them nominations. This is what's going to get them funding. This is what's going to get them support from the industry as a whole. And they have to choose. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway, let me know in the comment section. Do you think that if Nicki saw this video, she would be offended, or she would just be like, oh, well, that's just another son? Personally, I don't think that she really is checking for these girls like that until they start being in her face the way that Lottery Ticket was now being. I feel like that's where the problem actually starts, okay? And when these female rappers start acting like they actually believe the lies that they're getting fed in those meetings by the execs, maybe that's when Nicki will start throwing shade here and there. But in as far as the scammers are concerned, I've not seen Nicki Minaj say anything negative about Doechii. I haven't seen a lot of Barbz actually coming for Doechii, despite people trying to make the Doechii, criticism about the Barbz. I do feel like people that are feeling some type of way are the Doja Cat fans. Those are the people that are on Doechii's neck for their nomination, for that nomination, because they're like, oh well, Scarlett Termovision is getting nominated while Scarlett is not getting nominated. The Doja Cat fans feel like Doechii stole from Doja Cat, ran with it, and is now getting rewarded for it, while Doja is not being acknowledged. And I don't think the fans really are bothered by Doechii like that, okay? Because I mean, I don't want to throw shade at her, but like, she's not there where we get to. Anyway, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about Azealia Banks and Cleotrapa. Now, it seems like celebrities like to act shocked each time that the snap is it's not the snappies. The scammers, each time that the scammers come out here and snap talent, okay? So this is what Azealia Banks had to say, and she was responding to a chat data post that said, Nicki Minaj received 0 nominations at this year's Grammys. A Pink Friday 2 album debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200, making her the female rapper with the most #1 albums in history. And then, Cleo responded to this and said, I dislike when everyone acts confused by this. We know she's very deserving, but we also know that the Grammys do not F with the queen. Like, she said this already. Exactly. Like, why are you trying to make it seem like it's a new thing? And for me, what's hilarious is people trying to make it seem like, well, it's because the craft is not enough. Like, are you serious right now? We all know this is about like ability, who likes who F's with who has got like ties with who. This is what this is about. And each time people come out here and try and make it seem like, well, it's because the art is not good enough, I'm just like, listen, it's okay to not like this woman, but to blatantly lie to yourselves like this is absolutely insane. It's giving denial. Anyway, Azealia Banks responded to the same post and said, honestly, F the Grammys. Literally, who even cares at this point? Laugh my behind off. They are so ghetto and not at all a reflection of what's going on. It's clearly a weird instrument of behavioral control and modification of creep behind music execs who rely on effing with artists' head, because without it, they'd all be out of work. The Grammys and the DNC give hoodwinkery and ghetto scammer antics goodbye. And the Grammys are a tool of control. Like, that's how I look at them, in my own opinion. I look at them as a tool of control. You fall in line, you get rewarded for it. That's what they've become at this point. And yeah, like 5 years from now, I don't think people will still be holding them with any regard at all. I do know that right now people are not giving them the same regard that they had for them like back in the day, but in 5 years time, I'm sorry, nobody's gonna be caring about the scammers anymore, because like, who cares about a consolation prize? Who cares about a well done, you've fallen in love in line prize? Nobody cares about that. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, the internet is ablaze because people are speculating that, well, Young Thug really does not mess with Gunna because of a posted and deleted tweet that he decided to share. He said, "Gunna, stop acting like we're friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy, okay?" And this conversation between Gunna and Thug has been one that's been going on for a very long period of time, with some people speculating that the two of them are cool, and some people saying that, well, of course, they're not cool because of the allegations that, well, there was a selling out of some sort that was happening when the other one took a plea deal, okay? So, yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys. Do you think that Young Thug is probably going to come out and claim that he's been hacked? Or what exactly do you think is going on between the two of them? Do you want to see a reconciliation between these two? Or are you just like, well, that ship has clearly sailed, sunk, actually? Let's wait for other things that may come out of this. Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, DJ Vlad is claiming that Kendrick Lamar is working with someone. This is what he decided to tweet. He said, "You wouldn't believe who Kendrick was just in the studio with," okay? And of course, a lot of speculations are there. Some people saying that, well, it must be Jay-Z. Some people saying that, don't tell me it's Drake. Now, thinking that Kendrick and Drake would work on a song together after all of this, just now, I'm just like, well, maybe in the next coming years, but not right now. This is not a thing, okay? So Drake for me is out of the question. Jay-Z, on the other hand, I could see him working with Kendrick, okay? I could see that happening. And some people are also saying it's the Golden Horse Bongo 2. I don't know, you guys, but somebody back then was like, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick starts shouting out Bongo 2 just to make it seem like she's more relevant than she actually is. And yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, who do you think is out there working with with Kendrick that people are talking about? Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about, Tyrese. A lot of people have been accusing him of being at the deedless parties, and it seems like he's coming out debunking all the rumors, saying that there's no such thing as that tape. And he's saying that you should be worried about the celebrities who are not saying anything about those parties, because those ones are the ones that are guilty. Because if you attended the same parties that, well, he did, you wouldn't be worried because they were just parties. But the fact that you act like you've never stepped, in like at Diddy's home or something like that, that should be suspicious. So let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about that. Now,
thing as a Diddy tape, literally. So allegedly, whatever that brother is dealing with, whatever reasons he's in jail, whatever the FBI and the law is dealing with, allegedly pertaining to Diddy. I want to tell y'all that I've been to some of the most legendary parties. I got no regrets. I think some of the best parties in LA, and if you're from LA and you've been to these parties, you would know that Diddy always had the most legendary parties that were always star-studded. The biggest and most legendary stars, white, black, Latino, Asian, billionaires, fashion, you name it. Diddy, hands down, from the Hamptons all the way to LA, all the way to his legendary New Year's parties that he would do in Miami. I got plenty of photos, proudly, like every other celebrity and star that went to his party. Anybody who's not on the internet talking about a Diddy party, you should be more concerned about them, allegedly, about what they did or what they on tape doing. There is no such thing, allegedly, as a Tyrese Diddy tape. That is a bunch of Donald Trump niggas in my comments trying to discourage me from speaking up and speaking out. There is no such thing
Now, the next thing that we're going to be talking about now, whilst it is no secret that Joe Budden and Drake have got a love-hate relationship, and Joe Budden often breaks about Drake paying for his lifestyle, people are beginning to feel like, okay, is there something that's deeper than that? Like, are you guys like, what's tea? Because it's beginning to feel like it's a beta ex partner type of vibe. You guys, there's a video that's been circulating on the internet of the Guinea government official who was exposed for having 400 tapes of him during the act with different women, some that belong to other government officials, and that has been trending on X for quite some time. And the guys were discussing about that, and I'm just like, okay, that's what podcasts are supposed to do, discuss about things that are happening and stuff like that. However, things took a weird turn when somehow Joe Budden found a way to relate that Guinea government official to Drake, claiming that, well, Drake is known for lying down with, other people's women and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I get it, you don't like the man. But the first person that definitely came in my mind when this was being spoken about, it was definitely not Drake. You guys, like, seriously. But anyway, let me just insert the audio of what Joey had to say and how he managed to arrive at the Drake comparison. At this point, just date already, okay? Let me insert that and then I'll catch you after that. Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard what Joey had to say. So let me know in the comment section. I feel like to a certain extent, Joe is such a good troll. So I do feel like to a certain extent, he does know that people will have something to say. And if you are obviously in the podcast business, you do know that, well, it's when people complain about you that you go viral. You live for these viral moments. So I feel like sometimes he just intentionally does things like this so that people can start talking. But to him, that's a win. Either way. So that being said, happy Sunday, everyone. Oh my God, I went to an all-night prayer for church and it was amazing, you guys. That's why you're only seeing the video now. I was asleep. I was trying to, recover my hours of sleep. But that being said, do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. And until my next one, see you.
Think it's payoff?
It looks to me like something. I don't know. I'm going to wait for more to be revealed.
And he was.
I keep watching Kenya Media Takeout.
And he was under investigation for corruption, so he taking extra bread, and he could be.
Whatever this tied to that corruption somehow. I don't think that he was charming enough and had the addict gene to just get this off with.
He got the deviant gene.
Why do you think that?
Yeah.
Because of the ring. Because it's not, hey, this person who was under investigation slept with this many people and recorded it for his. It seems like a targeted ring.
Let me say this. He could have, and I'm gonna just do what I could. He could have been a charmer. Women talk. He might have had good. So now I'm gonna fuck.
And he's
this.
friendly with it.
He's a minister of finance.
And he could have been friendly with it.
Money.
Look, I might just keep them tapes in the tuck on some J. Edgar Hoover shit to extort y'all.
I don't think nobody.
I don't believe a lot of men to be charming enough to get that off with hundreds of government officials' wives.
I disagree.
And on tape, it looked like them comply.
He's not exactly.
Hey, that ain't out of my wheelhouse. The taping,
all of them cool
and
with it.
all of who their husband's are.
Yeah.
What if
that's just how they got down culturally? No.
Then it wouldn't be that big of a story.
No.
To me, this is not my area of expertise.
The difference, what makes this a story is that it's evidence now. Yo, this is a very simple case. It's a deviant who likes to record all the. Finding a way to do it, so he's probably using his influence and money to do so.
Put me on record for it being deeper than that, though.
Which is why he's.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait and see.
Okay.
But
I think what's gonna happen is we never gonna find out the truth, because now the women are gonna put it on something else. Not that y'all just want to add something over my head. He held something over me. Whatever the case may be. I
don't like that at all.
No, because what happens is now you risk losing your marriage in some of these countries.
He forced me.
Like
he
you'll
told
get
me
the scarlet They don't play.
He told me he'll get rid of your job.
That don't
if you
seem
don't
like
do
that kind of country. Though. I agree with what you're saying, but
I don't know where the country is. I gotta look.
Central Africa. It's too free.
Are they Islamic?
I don't
believe so. I don't think so.
It don't look like it. And don't forget, listen, he was already being watched.
Put the mic to your mouth.
He was already being watched. He was already being watched for stealing money. Right? He's the Minister of Finance. He's stealing country funds in some way or misappropriating in some way.
I just think it's deeper than that because he ain't got no. Almost everybody you hitting is like someone attached to you in some type of way, or someone like that's.
So, yeah, I agree with
mostly
you.
Christian.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
That's some sick deviant you doing mentally for whatever reason.
Yeah, it could be a power thing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm creating.
He could be targeting. Yeah, yo, listen, I don't like him. I don't like him anyway. He's from the other party.
Look, I'm gonna extort this chick and put her on tape. So when I need you to sign this bill, when I need your support over here, I'm getting your support.
That happening once, I get it. That happening twice, okay, I'm listening. 5 times, hey, we've established a pattern and maybe that's your thing.
But
hundreds of times, just
it
say
could be some other shit
else
going on.
Gotta be happening for me.
It could be some other shit. How long is this?
And that's not all on one phone.
And Shorty said she made 3 tapes, so it may not necessarily be 400 different people.
Yeah.
It could be 400 tapes.
I thought that's what they said, 400 tapes.
So
it's 400 tapes. So
they ain't showing us the puff tapes.
The people you might have did it with an ain't tape.
Yeah.
So.
We was having this conversation about just deviancy or perversion when we was talking about Drake, just girls and wives. I think even that is just, hey, that's your bag. If it came out that anybody was Giuliani's wife, Eric Adams' wife, the copper,
Bloomberg.
the chief of Bloomberg, wife, Giuliani's wife, I'm gonna say, all right, something's up.
Yeah.
Hundreds of times.
Population ain't that big.
Yeah.
How many people?
And again,
2 million.
he just said 2 million, but
million-ish.
the wealth disparity is crazy. So he up at the upper echelon.
He not even.
It's probably only 300 of them.
1,000,
right?
1,000.
So they all he's government, government money. I mean that gene pool is probably only so big anyway.
He might be the shark in the pool.
And they may all be.
And with all due respect, because we having an adult, mature conversation. I mean, we ain't talking about Billy D. Williams either. we ain't talking about Brad Pitt either.
That's what I was trying to say.
That
It's
nigga
not.
he might be that to them
This
over
ain't
there.
The Rock.
No, but he might be working with a baby leg, nigga.
Nigga said a baby leg.
Yeah, but how do you even get to that point when he looks like
I don't
that?
even think baby
No,
leg
he ain't
dude
ugly. He not
could do
just
that.
hideous.
No.
And
I don't feel like
especially
the
when you
big
got
dick-
power, money, and influence.
Yeah, but you base it down to the baby leg. I don't even think the baby.
I don't think the baby leg.
It don't.
So what's so different from what he's doing from what dudes in the industry been doing?
Nothing.
This dude got this dude.
That's
wife.
what I don't understand. Yeah, like
This
I don't
guy got
understand
two. Like it's the
Nigga,
same stories.
Yo, listen to this.
I
Filming
couldn't
it,
disagree more.
Filming
That's
it,
not true.
and especially like it's a difference between being in politics and having that type of shit.
It's some niggas in power.
No, in
That's all it is.
politics too. It is a
Yeah.
It is a pure T fest in politics, bro. I promise you. The same way it is in the industry.
I believe that, but
like
go
them.
ahead.
Yeah.
Go to that National Black Caucus and go to them